Hello. Thank you for joining today and listening. The title of this podcast is Don't Allow Your Mind to Make Life's Goodness Be Lost on You. And I certainly did that as Keith 1.0. I did exactly that. I was so caught up in the grasp of whatever my mind was saying about a situation that I missed all the goodness that was around me. I did that in Yuma. I did that in my friendships, my work environment, my relationships, my opportunities, and this amazing country that we lived in. I did exactly that. I allowed my mind to blind me to all the goodness that was going on in my life. And a couple of examples of it would be, just coming into work, wherever work is for you, are you noticing like some of the good things that are going on around you? Or are you spending a lot of your time listening to things that further move you away from where you want to be? It's not ignoring situations. It's just being aware of the goodness that's there too. And I lost that for a while. I remember being, in the military, and there would be some kind of social event that would happen. And I remember one very, very well when I was in the military. And I was about at the end of near getting out of the military. And it was the beating of Rodney King that was captured on video. And I remember being so disturbed by it that it stayed with me for so long. And it started to influence how I saw the world, how I saw the people, especially people that I didn't know, but I assumed things about because we look differently. And I allowed that to rob me, allowed my mind, because I identified it with it so firmly that I was blinded about all the goodness that was happening around me in Yuma, all the things that they were doing to try to create a sense of community, all my, fellow service people who were, trying to engage me to further develop our friendships. I lost that. And the same thing I carried with me when I went to, into different jobs. I would think so much about what needed to be different for the work environment to be even better. And again, those things can be given attention to and improved upon. They can, but they're not the only thing. And I was operating as if they were the only thing instead of missing what else was there in these jobs. Oh, they're not paying me such and such. I should be paid more. Or this coworker who just got promoted, like, why are they getting promoted? Like all this comparison that was going on. They have a bigger office space or a bigger this or that than I do. Why don't I have my own office? That I was missing these amazing opportunities to grow and be mentored by some phenomenal people that could help me grow not only professionally, but could help me expand my capacity to be a loving and kind human being. I missed that. Living in this great country, it's so easy to point out what's missing and what's wrong and what needs to be improved upon. And those things do deserve attention. But along the way, there's a lot of goodness. There's a lot of goodness. I used to lament about the kind of news stories that made the headlines, war, and what this political group is doing and and the other political group is doing this. I would be caught up in that so much and be begging for, why don't they put in some more positive stories? Well, why don't I create some positive stories in my own life? Like, why don't I create those headlines with how I treat people and my neighbors who disagree with me? Why don't I do that? Right? Why don't I contribute some goodness, in how I show up? Or am I going to continue to strengthen the narrative that's already out there, that primary narrative that's out there by complaining about other people, about what they believe, resisting, all those things? Is that how I'm going to show up? It's definitely a choice. So what I've learned to do, and the practice help, is not to allow my mind to make life's goodness be lost on me. I've learned to let those thoughts come up, because sometimes they will, not to get involved with them. If there's action to be taken, I'm leaning back and I can take intelligent, strategic action. And hopefully it's something I can do collaborative with other people that also want to contribute good for all people in there. And if I can do that, then the goodness that's out there is not lost on me. When I'm at Mayo Clinic, I'm amazed about how many people I pass in the hallway and on that campus. They're doing amazing things that I have no idea that they're doing. And I'm so fortunate to be there, that I work at a place like that. And that I live in a country where people are doing that in big and small ways every single day. And if I'm not careful, I won't ask the right questions or get to know people to be inspired by all the great things they're doing for all of us. And so I'm making a commitment to not allow my mind to make life's goodness be lost on me. I hope you'll join me. There's so much goodness out there.